Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about polyene antibiotics. So these include amphotericin B and nystatin. So these polyene antibiotics in the this amphotericin B is used as drug of choice in any serious fungal infections like mucormycosis. So we will learn first about amphotericin B in this class. So amphotericin B will mainly combine amphotericin B or these polyenes will combine with ergosterol and they will insert into the membrane. Once these will insert into the membrane and these polyenes will orient to form a small micropore in such a way that the hydrophilic end will form the interior of the pore. It forms a small micropore in such a way that the hydrophilic end forms the interior of the pore and thus allows ions, amino acids and water soluble substances to move out of the pore. It allows ions, amino acids, water soluble substances to move out of the pore. Then here the micropore is stabilized by a membrane sterols. The micropore is stabilized by membrane sterols and thus it will increase the cell permeability. Thus both these causes leakage of the cell leading to cell death. Now this amphotericin B can also bind to human cell membrane and thus it causes toxicity. Now if we see the pharmacokinetics, in the pharmacokinetics this amphotericin B is not absorbed orally. Because amphotericin B is not absorbed orally and thus we should give it in slow IV infusion. This amphotericin B can be used orally for intestinal candidiasis, but still there is no systemic effect seen in this. The dose of amphotericin B is 0.6 mg per kg per day and half-life of amphotericin B is in 15 days. Then if you see the use of amphotericin B, it is the drug of choice for serious life-threatening fungal infections. This amphotericin B is used as induction agent and thus decreases the fungal burden. So this is mainly replaced with the azoles. So this amphotericin B also causes candidiuria and thus it causes bladder irrigation with amphotericin B. The side effects of amphotericin B, if we see, these will cause infusion related reaction like fever, chills and decreased BP is seen. So these are the most common side effects. If you see the side effects, there can be reversible side effects and irreversible side effects. Reversible side effects include azotemia and pre-renal kidney failure, whereas irreversible side effects include renal tubular acidosis with hypokalemia and hypomagnesemia. If there is more than 4 grams cumulative dose, then we can do then this renal tubular, if the drug is given more than 4 milligrams of cumulative dose, then this will cause renal tubular acidosis and hypokalemia or hypomagnesemia. Then in order to decrease the toxicity of this amphotericin B, lipid is used as a vehicle so that this forms liposomal amphotericin B is formed. So this liposomal amphotericin B is actually the drug of choice in Kala-Azar. Then if you see, this amphotericin B also causes one of the important side effect, which is nephrotoxicity. So amphotericin B also causes nephrotoxicity. So it causes nephrotoxicity. So this nephrotoxicity is decreased by infusion of normal saline before giving amphotericin B. It is decreased by infusion of normal saline before giving amphotericin B. But this amphotericin B should not be made in saline. So this amphotericin B should always be made in the presence of dextrose. So amphotericin B also decreases erythropoietin, thus causing anemia. Interactions of amphotericin B, if you see, this causes flucytosine combines with, if given along with amphotericin B, this increases the toxicity of amphotericin B. If amphotericin B is combined with aminoglycosides or vancomycin or cyclosporin, so this will increase the renal toxicity. So if we bind this, this amphotericin B binds to sterols and lipoproteins in the plasma for longer amounts of time. So that is one of the important thing. So if you see about the types of amphotericin B, we have three types of amphotericin B. One, we have conventional amphotericin B or C amphotericin B. Here amphotericin B is combined with deoxycholate in dry powdery form. It is combined with deoxycholate in dry powdery form. Then we have liposomal amphotericin B or L amphotericin B, where here 10% of amphotericin B is incorporated in uniform sized lamellar liposome with lecithin. It is incorporated in uniform sized or unilamellar liposome with lecithin degraded phospholipids. Then we have colloidal amphotericin B, which is important in lipid preparation. So these are the important types of amphotericin B. Then we have to learn about the next drug, which is nystatin. Nystatin is the drug which is used topically mainly for the fungal infection, like it is used for candidial infection, it is used for vaginal candidiasis, and it is also used for oropharyngeal thrush. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.